supporter dari The Gunners.
Betul.
Mereka akan mencoba untuk selalu menjadi tim yang bisa menyulitkan raksasa-raksasa, dan gangguan-gangguan psikis juga sudah dihadirkan.
Ya, Atletico harus bermain dengan intensitas yang kuat ya untuk.
And there's the man last week at the age of 88. But the crowd were so vital in the win over Real Madrid here in the quarter-finals, and they will be. Wins it fairly and moves it into Dembele.
Straight away we see Arsenal. We've seen this time and time again in the Premier League. Out of possession, quickly get their defensive structure in place, a low block. It's probably the reason why Doué gets the nod ahead of Barcola, because he's good in those situations.
Mikel Arteta, if this game...
He made so much about the crowd getting involved to the extent of bringing their own boots and shin pads and everything. But ultimately creating that emotion, yes, but I think he has to be calm on that sideline, because at times when he gets over emotional, he transmits to the team and it doesn't suit Arsenal.
Just as it runs through to Lewis Skelly. Kivior. Short with the pass, and that's a foul by Mikel Moreno.
It's a foul.
Done by Marquinhos again. And here's Desiree Doué starting out on the right side. With that wonderful goal, cutting in from the left against Aston Villa at the Parc des Princes. Here's the flicker, Martin O'Neill's flicker, Vitinha. Kept by João Neves.
Vitinha's so much more than, but in that high press they've been played through Arsenal.
Dembele. Big stride and a timber in his way. Dembele with the effort, and Paris Saint-Germain strikes so early in North London.
A play of the highest quality, and we've seen it here. They recognise the press, they created an overload in behind it. Dembele picks it up and he drives forward. Initially you think the pass is just a bit too wide, but Kvaratskhelia squares him up, able to get his head up, and the quality of that finish as it bounces in front of him. It's truly brilliant. It's a brilliant start for Paris. And Dembele, as you said, not here in October for Paris because he fell out with Enrique in terms of being subbed at Rennes. But he had a...
Doué thumping into Lewis Skelly, or Luis Enrique. This is an Arsenal team that feeds off the crowd. Paris Saint-Germain
panic, don't go chasing the result, trying to get back on level terms. The hope will be that Arsenal will have this now. The counter-attack as well.
Says the energy and enthusiasm is unique ahead of this game, but it's Dembele dropping again and causing problems. Vitinha skips away with it. Doué. He's danced away from Moreno. Desiree Doué. Still only 19 years of age tonight for Paris.
It's remarkable. So many young players out there at such a high level at such an early part of their career.
It was the left-back centre-forward Nuno Mendes. The kind of position from which he scored against Villa. Saliba, Raya, Rice. Rice again. It's a super pass out to Moreno, now Martinelli. Marquinhos dragged out of position. Deep by Rice. Moreno up. Saka on the edge and away by Fabian Ruiz, and it looked for a moment like that had been directed toward Pacho. Seen his quality with his left foot as well, and he pierces it into Fabian Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia.
He gives him lovely balance with that left foot and centre back.
Doué with a shot, and it's held.
That they actually make Lewis Skelly stay in his left back position, make Timber stay in their right back position. Quite often when that doesn't happen, they normally go into that midfield to thicken it up. With their high presses wide, Dembele found space in the 10 area to turn.
Kvaratskhelia gets a toe to the ball, as does Fabian Ruiz. Away from Odegaard, Vitinha. Doué again, strong start from Paris Saint-Germain. Their third tie in a row against an English team. While it was only a penalty shootout victory against Liverpool, there was more in the tie in their favour than that.
And they were comfortably the better team over 2 legs against Liverpool.
Timber, touch tight, too tight. To Doué. Kimi. Dembele drops again. Brings Kvaratskhelia into it. Take on 2 players here. He'll take
Be frustrated by the
Doué hooks it in. Marquinhos. Hakimi belts it. João Neves. Hakimi will go again. Marquinhos! Held by David Raya. Hasn't actually scored a Champions League goal in 4 years, Marquinhos. From Arsenal Station to the Emirates at 5 o'clock today. And they are an intimidating looking bunch when operating in unison, as are this PSG attack. Dembele, Fabian Ruiz, Kvaratskhelia, Arteta calling for players to shuffle over. Kvaratskhelia through, no penalty.
ring would go down. You have to see the replays. Referee made the decision straight away that there was nothing happening.
Had a good position, didn't he, the ref? Alan Boroshak is on VAR duties, and we'll see
In the nick of time. Brilliant central midfield play.
getting every other pass, isn't he, Vitinha?
Just looking at Arsenal there, Raya's hitting long balls. That's the offset you have by putting Merino out centre forward into midfielders. Trossard's not going to really compete against those two centre-halves on those long balls. It looks like it's by design. Luis Enrique's told his team to press the goalkeeper so he goes long. Invariably they get the ball back comfortably and build as they are doing now.
I feel they can go after it now. Marquinhos. Saliba on by Pacho. Back with Pacho.
Finish take on the header would have to come from a long way out. Dembele's gone to that right hand side now. Doué through the middle.
Hakimi, Coutinho. They're not afraid to play into busy areas, are they here, PSG?
Such a good touch by Coutinho under pressure to keep it safe side. It's difficult, you're trying to close him down, you think you've maybe got a chance to snatch it, he just releases it away from you again.
No joy for Dembele. Saliba, Saka and Timber. Was the confirmation of the inevitable at the weekend. Liverpool winning the Premier League title, only a point needed against Spurs after the draw here with Palace. And it's no surprise that all focus really has been on this competition for a few weeks, ever since that first leg win over Real Madrid, in truth.
That draw the draw to face Real Madrid re-energised Arsenal's season. Should have done far better in Europe than he actually did. I referenced it before, that brilliant. But they've looked so assured, so composed, so mature, and in stark contrast to the Paris team that we saw in October.
Dembele up against Saliba here, his international teammate holds him off. His pass will run to Doué. Doué, oh what a save, David Raya! Fabian Ruiz looks off and he's hit the post, and the flag does go up, but it is another almighty.
Dembele settles the ball, Saliba's all over him, still has the ability to get his head up. It breaks to Doué and you're thinking here you're in trouble when he cuts in on his right foot. And he gets fierce contact on it, and it's such a strong right-hand save. Manages to get that traction, to dive and have that strong right hand low.
Arsenal may well strike before half-time, but you feel even the chance for the crowd.
Been fortunate enough to see so much of Paris this season, so this is no surprise, the quality we're seeing here.
Skellier.
Feels like there'll be a second Paris goal before there'll be a first Arsenal.
Fabian Ruiz.
Here the fans trying to play their part.
Really can spring into life, but showed too much of that to Kivior. Martinelli. And a wasted opportunity as Fabian Ruiz robs it. Foul by Here's Vitinha. Given away by Fabian Ruiz.
Loose on the pass, or they've been caught from behind from those recovering Arsenal players.
Hung out to Doué, who now is wow. He's now popping out on the left and taking the ball down any way he wants.
To see youthful exuberance in terms of quality, but his manager won't be particularly happy with that, I wouldn't have thought.
Declan Rice. Saka. And one attempt for Arsenal, relatively comfortable header from Kivior so far. Arsenal have scored 38 set pieces.
In terms of the position where he is. Game's been played at such a pace, he's made sure he's in good positions to assess and make those big calls.
Pacho covers ground. Does he know?
No, he
didn't. Saka still going. Marino had no idea that Martinelli was lurking. Saka again. How does he get through? Oh, what a ball! And Martin.
Before half-time, massive if they could get back level.
Think about how different the Aston Villa game felt when they scored before half-time, even though it was 2-1 down. Just changed the energy at Villa Park that night. Dembele.
Brilliant. Brilliant by Marino there. Looks like Dembele's going to get that second touch and be in on goal.
Kvaratskhelia. If he goes again, but Timber. Brilliant work rate from Timber. Doué can't get around Kivior that easily.
Also have disrupted PSG's momentum. Some work the goalkeeper though.
Marquinhos wins it, Dembele. Second ball pops out, Jean Neves. Now Odegaard. Marquinhos.
Interceptions. He's got to be careful.
Oh, what a ball! Martinelli! Donnarumma with a save. That is absolutely huge.